So I've completed the first brew on my Pinter 2, and it was Stonebridge, which is the Dry Hopped Belgium ale. Now, their expectation is supposedly it comes around 6.2%, and obviously this is the first one that I will have used the hopper on it, so the hop oil. I'm not going to use the Pinter glasses that they gave, or I've got some of, mainly because I feel they kick up the beer a bit. So let's get this poured out into a glass, see what it smells like and tastes like. All right, well, that's a pint. I won't say it was the quickest pour. It felt quite slow. Also, this was a clean glass, and there are a few specks in here, which I wasn't expecting. So I've got a little black dot there, and these are all, this is a clean glass. Okay. Right, the head, obviously it's a non-nucleated glass, so I'm expecting it just to retain as it is. Let's go and give it a nose. Smells homebrewy, maybe. Not the best nose, I would say. Really not the best nose. All right, let's hope it's better in taste. Very carbonated. I'm going to give it that straight away. Wow. Loads of carbonation in there. The new tappers, I mean, handled that well. No venting, just pouring straight. That's handled well. Really chilled. This is cold to touch anyways. It's been out of the fridge maybe an hour, but this is freezing cold, really chilled. I mean, yes, it's a bit Belgium-y. It is, yeah, it's feeling a Belgian beer. I'm not sure. See, I'd have to brew this without adding a hop oil to see what difference the hop oil makes, but there is hop flavour to it, which I'm guessing comes from the hop oil. It is hazy, as I'd expect. This, I've just done it on their short brew, so 5 days brewing, 1 day cold crash, and then 3 days conditioning. And this is the end product. I wouldn't say the best one. I wouldn't say the best one. And I don't know why I went for this one as my first brew in the first place anyways. Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna quickly pour another glass and just see if I get a similar like little specks coming through, because I'm just wondering where that's coming from, because I've cleaned out the whole system before I brewed. So just be a sec. So using one of their Pinter glasses, this is how it's come out. Nice little head on it. Again though, I do see, even in the head, some little specks. So it's definitely coming from within the beer here, which isn't good. And this was given a proper clean out before the first brew. Oh dear. What to do? Bit of a waste of a brew. I don't want to throw it all. I will probably drink these two, see how they go down, and decide. I'm going to leave this probably conditioned for a few days more and then make a decision. But that's not good that I've got items in the beer. I tried to show with the camera there the bits, but I don't think they've come out, just because as the head's dissipating and disappearing, the black little specks are hard to see. I'm going to give it a quick taste again. Yeah, sadly, I've got one more of these. Yeah, the Belgium dry hopped. Actually, what do they say? So they say it's supposed to be a malty biscuit base with lemon and lime hop flavour, finishing with notes of spices and tangerines. Not getting that so much for me. Bit home brewy tasting, really. It's got a Belgium ale flavour, yes, with a bit of hop oil in there, but I'm not getting anything like that, sadly. I said I've got another one of these, sadly, to go with, but I'm going to go for Space Hopper's Big Brother the double IPA that they've done. I'm going to brew that one next and see how it comes out. This one, not an enjoyable one for me, but otherwise, this actually has been a good improvement, a nice bit of kit, good improvement from Pinter 1. Obviously much heavier and weightier to begin with anyways, gives it a proper premium feel, as they say. The tap is much better, no leaking or dripping from it at all. The pour has been slower, but who knows, once you've reached past that 45-degree point, perhaps once it's leveled down a bit more, less pressure, you're able to pour it out. The dial's on number 2, as they sort of requested, and I do like the dial and the way you can add the hop oil. So yeah, it's been a decent experience. Just a shame about the brew. I originally uploaded the video you just seen on Monday this week, and I had added in an edit after I'd actually recorded it to say that I think maybe the specs that I had got in my beer were from perhaps the Krausen ring inside the brewing, and somehow it had come out into the beer, which I hadn't seen in Pinter 1. And I only came to that conclusion because when I poured the beer out, the Krausen line wasn't a full ring, I would say, at that stage. But when I posted the video, a few people did comment and say, actually, no, they had specs in their beer and it was plastic from inside the Pinter. I then reached out to the Pinter on the chat, and they confirmed that it was more than likely plastic. They'd had reports of that from people. And what confused me about that most was I had washed out my Pinter when I first received it, and then I sanitized it. And then I've poured and I've got plastic in there. There wasn't any sort of notes from them about there potentially being plastic in the beer. I don't think they should be selling something with the chance that you could have plastic in there. They should be telling people to give a really thorough clean at that stage, even more than what I'd done. Or perhaps there's a few batches that weren't, made correctly. Who knows? But their online chat wasn't that helpful. So I ended up calling through to someone, speaking to them, and they've raised it up the chain of command or whatever, escalated it. 72 hours later, I've not heard anything back from the Pinter. I've reached out to them again, no response. I don't think it's very good for a product to have plastic that you're supposed to be drinking have plastic parts in it. That means that beer is no good. Thankfully for me, the beer was horrible anyways, and I poured it down the sink. Someone else has since told me perhaps that the beer I got wasn't the correct beer either, and they had issues with the beer they first received being incorrect. I'm not sure on that. I've got another one of it. I will try giving it a brew again, but it was a terrible beer. But Pinter's main point has been, let us know if it happens again in your next brew. Well, what about my first brew? There shouldn't be plastic appearing in my beer. I don't care if you've listed this as food grade plastic. Food grade means that it's not going to leach into your food products. So food containers and any item that you would be using, like the jugs that you've got that are plastic, they're food grade because they're not going to leak anything into it. Not that they're going to deteriorate and become tiny little plastic specks in your beer that you're then going to drink. That's a completely different matter. So I'm not expecting any response from the Pinter customer services. It's gone downhill since probably May. It's been terrible with them for any sort of response. I'm going to wait to see how my Big Dipper comes out, which is down here on the little corner where it's nice and warm on the floor there. I'll see how it comes out. I'm hoping there's no plastic in it. And I'm hoping it's a good beer as well, because I've heard good things from it. But really, really disappointed in the Pinter customer service once again on how they've done this. But my advice would be, if you see plastic specks in your beer at all, especially in the first pint, take a picture, send it to the greater good, send it to the Pinter, and then pour that away. Do not drink it. Simple as. As said, thankfully mine was made easy by the beer being absolutely crap, and I just poured it away after the 2 pints. All right, I'll see you in my next video, guys. Take care.